Good morning, everybody. It's Black Spring with Autumn here. Hope you guys are doing well. And I just want to say, for one, I want to say hi to everyone. And not just hi, but I want to do a couple of shout outs. I want to talk about um, there's a liner that I want to get into, and I'll probably have to do that later. But for now, I just wanted to say hi to everyone. I want to thank you guys that have been able to come in for the pretty random live streams that I've done lately. And especially a shout out to Derek C. Williams, Uncool Paranoia, Marcy T. I just want to know that you guys but you guys are keeping the pulse. Giving this, can I call it a platform, a pulse? Because I tell you guys this all the time, and I'm not looking for a pity party. I don't want you to coddle me and rock me like a little baby. But I'm saying it's tough coming back here because what YouTube, I almost want to talk about YouTube as the former. I mean, how long before it becomes like Twitter becomes X, before YouTube becomes the X platform, or the platform formerly known as YouTube? Because the dynamic is clearly not the same. It's clearly not the same. It's like the more engaging that you try to be, the less engaged people try to be. I'm just saying, I'm just going off the cuff right now, and it feels pretty good. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going with that. But yes, so. And it doesn't matter. I can drop 1,000 links. I can be, the more engaging that you are, it just seems like, that carpet is kind of rolled up. And it's not really out there. But it won't stop me. It won't stop me from coming back to you and, not giving you a piece of my mind, but letting you know what's on my mind. And there's a lot of things going on. We talked about this, of course, on the last stream. Whether you're, the buzz things, and I did tap into the whole TD Jakes thing. As you guys know, there's some copyright strikes coming out, and there's even potentially, I think, a class action lawsuit. So if you tapped into the TD Jakes situation and you got that nice little copyright strike on there, then there may be something for you. But you got to unite in order to probably get a piece of that. But let me go to keep on going. I want to talk a little bit about, at some point, maybe I want to talk about Monsanto. Looks like they were ordered to pay out $857 million for PB biofuels that are still out there. It's an agrochemical company, with some German lineage or whatever. I kind of want to get into that a little bit, but not particularly on this. I just want to shout out Uncool Paranoia. Hello, Uncool Paranoia. 22 Ronin. I'm just saying, I'm going to talk about things, some of the similar things I normally talk about. But I just wanted to thank, those of us that keep coming back or keep the engagement going. I mean, I don't like to just hear myself talk to hear myself talk. I don't consider myself a social media influencer. I'm not any of those things. I'm just, just a little plebe or, whatever, like everybody else. But, from where we started to where we are now is the part that I'm I'm opining on right now. And of course, I'm going to keep coming back. Shout out to Marcy T as well. Derek C. Williams. Derek C. Williams. There's a ton of things going on. I mean, there's a lot of trendy things that I could get into. But at some point, you have to realize, I think even this political season that we're in, you got to have some tension, folks. So this is the part where people either take it seriously or they're sitting back in a beanbag chair under a cloud of Cheetos dust, waiting for somebody else to do all the research for them, or they're just reacting to things. I usually try to, research the things and at least try to understand the arguments before I, discuss certain things that are hot button. But I think there's going to be a lot of things to come. I think it's fun to know what people's thoughts are, for those that still believe in research, that still believe in having conviction, that it's more engaging to have conviction, or it's more engaging to have more than one side, one point of view, than an echo chamber. So I guess that's what I'm trying to promote, still trying to promote here, if there's any of that out there. But I want to thank those of you that are, assisting me in kind of keeping the pulse going, for the lack of a better word. So, I want to come back later and do a couple of liners, but it was fun. It was fun talking about the whole TD Jakes situation, which there's all kinds of things. I think people are trying to build up some people try to literally build up their channels based on what's going on with that. I'm not a seeker of, I'm not trying to get into the net or whatever. I'm just, here doing what I want to do and talking about the things that I have, conviction about, or that I have thoughts on. But I'm definitely going to come back later. But shout out to Derek C. Williams, Uncool Paranoia, Marcy T. And I hope that you guys will stay encouraged, because you guys are encouraging to me. You guys encourage me. You inspire me to continue. So, hopefully, some of that will water our gardens in that way. We'll continue to do that. So Uncool Paranoia says the platform is so trash, but they know they have the monopoly. Yes, I'm going to be honest. Honestly, I probably didn't get a copyright strike on the TD Jakes situation, is probably because I didn't actually put TD Jakes. So you have to, at this point, it's a game, from down to the title, the way you title and I've always known that. I think I learned that quickly. If you title it, give it the trend names, then it's going to affect your viewership, but it's also going to affect your strikes, what they're going to give you, what they're going to try to do. But yeah, so just for another example, this is a quick little commentary here. What's been sensationalized? Let me know in the comment section, for those of you that see this in replay. For those of you, for the week, I think they've talked about Colorado and now Maine on Trump and the ballots. I mean, do you people honestly think that they're not going to, do you think they're not going to allow him to be, he's not going to be on the ballot? I mean, Trump is their all occasion devil and punching bag and whatever, and he can be triangulated and manipulated in so many ways. But they've got to have tension. You can't have a healthy plot, friends. You can't have a healthy game if there's no competition, if there's no tension, if there's no resistance. So we have to, that's why I'm not red team, blue team, go team, go team. No, it's just, now, what am I saying? The ultimate, what the end game is? No, I'm not going to say. There's another little buzz out there, which I'm not giving any, I'm not supporting, I'm not saying this is factual, but some people are even going so far as to say there's going to be a big coup, and there's not even going to be a 2024 election. Now, would that not be interesting? Is it going to be another LD? Is it going to be another LD that brings us to, that would bring us to, no elections? Or are they going to tell you, okay, you got to mail in your ballot or not? Are you playing the game? Are you even playing the game? Some people are tired of the game. Once the minute you realize it's a game, you kind of realize, you kind of know where you rank in the whole scheme of things, where you're going to put your energies. Shout out to Uncool Paranoia. She says, choose no side but Christ. Well, I can't argue with that. I mean, I don't know. There's all kinds of things going on. Ghost is here. How are you? Ghost. 22 Ronan says, Welp. Dick Gregory said TRUMP will be the last American president. Well, Ronan, on this channel, I'm telling you, nobody can be that prophetic. Not even cereal box psychology. No, nobody can be that prophetic unless they've got some skin in the game themselves. Okay, unless they know how it works. Shout out. Here's just another point, another tidbit. Did you guys notice that the hand signals that the hand symbols that Mr. Jakes made during his little, people call it the response, when he was on in his red suit with the Phoenician purple accents underneath. Yeah, before he goes, "I'm not in trouble," he goes, he makes a hand signal. If you go back into the stream, if you go back to any stream, you can see that he shows his little allegiance. And he's not the only person that I've seen do this. If somebody had told me 10 years ago that these people, that they're actually secret societies and they're actually, that these people speak in codes and they do these kinds of things. Oh my gosh. Uncool says, swallowed. He goes into this English, this, I don't know what kind of English accent did he go, "Have you ever been swallowed up? I would." Oh, I'm like, oh my gosh. Hey, I think your follows have been swallowed up. They've been overwhelmed with swallowing. Some people are swallowed up with liberal jizz. They are. I'm just telling you. It's just. I mean, some people don't want to believe it, but some of these celebrities, unless they've been swallowed up by the liberal whatever, the liberal faction, they can't get to where they are. They can't, nor can they stay there. They cannot stay there. So I don't know. I mean, it's intense. Him and his Phoenician purple gown. If you guys notice, there's purple everywhere. We've talked about that song. Sky was all purple, people running everywhere. Tried to run from my destruction. I didn't even care. I'm just saying, we've been warned. We've been warned. So I don't know. But maybe we'll go over that sometime. But we'll see what happens later today. I might let you guys see what I'm doing. Doing a little project here. I got to choose my weapon. Am I going to roll, spray, or brush? So I've already chosen my weapon for that. But yes, this is pretty comical. It's a sad outcome. Shout out to Uncool Paranoid. This is Prince the Purple Rain. And shout out to Mr. Pearson. He says it's not the RAIN, but the REIGN. The rain. The rain that's coming. And it's coming. Yeah, I don't know. I think Uncool and we should talk about the color purple. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. But yes, I appreciate you guys so much for coming in. I appreciate you guys for keeping our chat, engaged. And even if you're not hitting that like button, anything that you do in these times on this platform is going to keep the pulse, to give us a healthier pulse. Okay. 22 Runner says, I heard Oprah don't pay. Oh, she's a deadbeat too. Is she a deadbeat? Is she a deadbeat in the industry? Yeah, well, they always have to have that victim piece, and then they get destroyed. But then they want to be celebrated. You got so many dilemmas. That's what I want to talk about. The dilemmas in, quote, Hollywood. Dare I say Black Hollywood. Just Black entertainment. The rise and the dilemma. You either keep your power, or you're kind of like, dare I say, for lack of a better phrase, you're nothing without it. But if you keep your power, then you spend the rest of your life on their little wheel. You spend the rest of your life on their wheel of, dare I say, slavery. You're kind of enslaved to them. You're kind of enslaved to them. You're kind of enslaved to the industry. So yeah, you get your power. They show you. They give you your power. They give you your power scheme. And then if you veer away from that, power or revenge, something like that. I don't know if I'm, you may pick up what I'm putting down, but power or revenge. Which one are you going to have? Power or revenge? If you're a victim, are you going to have revenge, or are you going to have power by staying enslaved to the people that you want? Because I said this to you guys the other day. I said the real situation is, I think it's a dilemma for, quote, people that refer to themselves as Black or African American, is to the same people that destroy you want to celebrate you. You should find that interesting, or a dilemma, as a dilemma. The same people that want to destroy you, they also they want to celebrate you and destroy you at the same time. Yeah. All from within, by the way. All from within. So it's an interesting dilemma. It's tough. I guess that's why most of us won't ever make it in Hollywood, because we're going to choose the one. We're probably going to choose the one that's going to leave us with the least amount of illusions. The more illusions you have, the more enslaved you are. So I appreciate you guys per usual. Ronan says a deadbeat gatekeeper. It's kind of like loan sharks, and I told you guys the other day the way that Jakes was describing about the power in the blood. It's enough power in the blood for all kinds of sins. He's like, eventually we all go over the river. We all will go over the river, and all I got to do is step right over this one. I've used it for in the past, but I ain't got to use it for this one. It's available to me, and it can be available to you. Oh my, seriously? I don't know, he's clearly, shout out to Uncool Paranoia. So am I still doing this? Am I still buffering, rendering? I don't know. They probably don't like what I'm talking about, but we'll see. I'm actually going to start visiting some of these other platforms to see what's being discussed right now. And some of these things are some of the news. It might be interesting. Is it important? I don't know. But it does help you. It does help you figure out who the players are. Okay. It does help you figure out where the veins are, where the main arteries are. That's what we want to keep in mind. Okay. All right, guys. So I hope you guys hope I said something that was slightly stimulating, if not important, certainly interesting to the times that we are in. But I may be back later with Monsanto. Let me know if you're affected. All right. Once again, shout out to Uncool Paranoia, 22 Ronin, Ghost. Yeah. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for all that you do. And I appreciate you. All right. I'll see you guys later.